self-sabotaging works in your favor. Wait, what? What? How could you say that and think that you're telling the truth? I hear what you're thinking. Now stay with me because I know the reason you have clicked on this video. You've clicked on this video because part of you, this deeper part of you, this deeper aspect of you is seeking for your attention. It wants you to connect with it because maybe it wants you to protect yourself from the uncomfortable feelings and emotions that you've been trying to escape. This is actually a big part of the reason why a lot of times we self-sabotage. Even though I know what's best for me, right? Even though I know what I have to do, even though I am aware of the right actions I should take, I don't do them. Maybe I'm scared, maybe I'm afraid of being seen, maybe I'm afraid of what people will think, maybe I'm afraid of being rejected, maybe nobody would understand me if I speak up. Whatever it is that you know you should do, but you don't do it and you self-sabotage, I am certain that this part of you that self-sabotages, it's actually working in your own benefit. And so if you want to understand how that works, the only way to do so is to stay connected, to bring more attention, more of your awareness to how you feel inside. Think of it this way. In the moment you catch yourself, because I know you are self-aware, you've done a lot of that inner work, you've brought your awareness to a lot of your destructive habits, a lot of your coping mechanisms, a lot of the ways that you're trying to escape what should be done. And being aware of that, hear me, and try this challenge next time, because I can assure you doing this would help you understand how self-sabotaging works in your favor. Next time you start doing and you get into that coping mechanism, that negative habit, that destructive behavior that you know is not beneficial for you, take a moment to pause. Take a moment to look within. And it's okay if you decide to continue doing it, to continue coping, to continue escaping, to continue self-sabotaging. It's okay if you decide to do so. But before you get into that way you are self-sabotaging, into the exact behavior, into that exact pattern of behavior, take a moment to look within and ask yourself one simple question. You can simply ask yourself, what am I trying to escape? What am I running away from? And let me tell you a little bit about my experience with that. YouTube is one example. Starting in business, starting my coaching business was another example. So for YouTube, let's use that example right now. A lot of times I feel afraid of sharing my truth. I feel afraid of being authentic. I feel afraid of speaking up. And a lot of times I want to procrastinate. A lot of times I don't feel like shooting videos. I don't feel like speaking and enjoying myself, my thought process, even though I find that really entertaining. Even though a lot of my friends around me and a lot of the people generally in my life find my thought process beneficial and valuable. Even though my clients that I work with enjoy the insights that they experience by having a simple conversation and discussion with me. Even though all that's the case, all of this is true, it's evident, I still feel afraid. I still sometimes procrastinate. When the time comes to upload that video, when the time comes to start shooting videos, to edit them, I feel afraid. And a lot of times, instinctively, almost by habit, I go into this behaviors with which I try to escape what I should be doing, and I self-sabotage. And so any moment this happens, I get my attention back to what's happening in my body. Because what's happening in our bodies can speak a lot. You know that your feelings are intelligent. They contain wisdom. You can speak with them. In fact, you can treat them like your friends. And here I'm talking about the most uncomfortable feelings you experience. I don't speak about the joy, the happiness, the courage, the confidence, so on and so forth. I speak about the anxiety. I speak about the worry. I speak about the fear that sometimes paralyzes you. I speak about the guilt that you experience at times. I speak about being ashamed. I speak about those lower, more negative feelings. They contain wisdom, my friend. And if you take a moment to acknowledge those exact feelings precisely before you go into your coping mechanism of escaping what you should be doing, which you know is right, and you take a moment to get into a discussion, into a conversation with those feelings, what you will discover will blow your mind. You will understand. And I want you to tell me when that happens. Come back to that video after you try this and comment below what you have found. You will understand that self-sabotaging, running away, escaping, and going into those coping strategies, mechanisms, pursuing through them is actually for your benefit. It's actually a way to keep yourself feeling comfortable, feeling safe. Because whenever your bubble of what you can receive and what you're capable of experiencing starts expanding, whenever you break through that next boundary of what felt uncomfortable, but now, even though that is the case, you still decide to do it, maybe those overwhelming feelings of being ashamed, of feeling anxious, of feeling worried, of doubting whether you're doing it right or not, of doubting whether you're even doing the right thing or not. It's not about being perfect. It's not about trying to do it in a perfect way. Maybe you're even doubting whether you're doing the right thing or not. These feelings feel uncomfortable. And so your way of escaping them, your coping strategy, allows you to escape what doesn't feel comfortable. This is how it keeps you safe. This is how it provides benefit. And it's beautiful. It's actually a beautiful process because the more aware you are of that happening, the more you can take your power back, the more you can take ownership, the more responsible you can become. Because now you understand this coping strategy, the way that I self-sabotage, it's actually helping me to escape uncomfortable feelings and emotions inside of me. That being the case, I can direct my awareness, attention, from the mind down to the body and feel whatever tension, anxiety, or resistance happens inside. And the more of that attention, awareness I bring inside my body, the more comfort I can experience with whatever feels uncomfortable. And this is the moment of realization. This is the moment where you understand through direct experience, not because I tell you to, but because you have tried. And I challenge you to try it. This is the moment you understand that I am able to push through the boundaries of my consciousness, through the boundaries of what feels comfortable, and do it anyway. I'm able to acknowledge myself for the great efforts that I'm pursuing, for the amazing, meaningful work that I'm doing. I am able to pat myself on my back. I am able to acknowledge myself for everything because it feels challenging. And unless you acknowledge yourself, you will still going through the same self-sabotaging behaviors, which you are disgusted from. Whenever they happen, I'm sure that you go into this mode of self-criticism, self-judgment, self-condemnation. But if you decided to break that and instead take a moment to become aware, to acknowledge how you feel, and bringing awareness to your feelings in your body, you're able to speak to them in a comforting way. I know you are scared. I know it feels hard. I know you're afraid you will fail. I know you are afraid what others will think about you. I know you might even feel ashamed that you might be rejected, you might be ridiculed. This is something that I struggled with a lot of my life in my childhood. So I know this, I'm speaking from personal experience. And you say that to your feelings. And then you continue and you say something like, I acknowledge your courage. I'm here for you. I see you. I want you to feel seen. And even if you don't believe me right now, I am here for you, my man. I'm here for you. I've been here for you through all the hardships you've experienced in life, and I will keep being there for you. You can rely on me. So even though it feels uncomfortable, even though I know you want to escape it right now, stay, 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 stay. Do you feel the part of you that I'm talking to? Because if you are able to catch that, then you know what's required. Then you know what's asked of you. Then you're willing to accept the challenge. And then you understand that self-sabotaging works in your benefit. And in exactly the same way that you're able to grasp and accept that you're sabotaging because this is how you protect yourself from feeling uncomfortable, you can, in exactly the same way, use the feelings of discomfort, anxiety, resistance, tenseness inside, again in your benefit, to challenge yourself to go, to pass, to push through the boundaries of your consciousness and accept yourself for who you are becoming. And that's the beauty of living life. Life is not supposed to be comfortable. In fact, as Buddha said, and to an extent, he's correct, life is suffering. Human suffering is inevitable. But if you can stay there with yourself, be by your side in the moments of the most intense suffering and feel compassion, encouragement, and even acknowledge that it's challenging, acknowledge the courage that you have, then it's beautiful. Then it turns into the most beautiful and self-loving, self-caring, self-affirming, self-empowering experience. And you deserve that. In exactly the same way that self-sabotaging benefits you, feeling uncomfortable benefits you as well. This was my message for today, and I really hope that you were able to grasp it, you were able to connect to it. Let me know what it has activated in you. Like the video, comment below what's your experience with self-sabotaging, and I would love to connect. If you like my messages, if you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel Higher Consciousness with Dani, because this is my purpose here, to speak about what I care for. And what I care for is the power of truth. The more you are able to recognize and self-reflect on what is true, the more empowered you will feel in your life. So thank you. Thank you for staying there. And thank you for the courage to look within. I appreciate you. See you around in the next video. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy your day.